What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Whiskey Motorcycles YouTube channel. We're going to get back to work on this chopper today. Starting off with, we got the sprocket in from Sprocket Specialist. It's just a brushed aluminum on both sides. I had to kind of sand down here just a little bit on the inside because it didn't want to quite fit on the hub of the wheel. It could probably use a little bit more, but it does fit on there now. But we're going to start out with, I'm going to sand this down, I'm going to polish this up before we throw it on there. I may not polish it all the way, but I'm going to do it just at least a little bit on the one side for now, so I can kind of get an idea what it's going to look like, because while the other polished aluminum on the bike, I want this to match it too. So we'll do that, we'll throw the sprocket on there, we'll get that rear wheel on there, and try to get that chain set today, and we'll see where we're at in the video from there. May try to work on getting that rear fender or something mounted up, so stick around. Okay, so you can see here, this is still the brush side. It's a little scratched up from being sanded on the bench while I was polishing the other side, but that's pretty much what it looked like. And now this is the other side. Now this definitely isn't the finished polish I'm gonna do. I just wanted to get it somewhat what it's going to look like. I'm going to do both sides, and I don't know if the camera is going to pick it up or not, but there's still some scratches and stuff in there where I didn't sand deep enough on the first sanding. I was just doing it by hand real quick. I don't really want to waste time on all the polishing right now, because once I tear this bike apart and send it off for powder coat and stuff like that, I'm going to be doing all the polishing then while I'm waiting on parts to be done and chromed and powder coated. So I'll just get all the polishing stuff out at once and probably spend quite a few days polishing some stuff up, because we got all this case to do and a bunch of other pieces. So that's when we'll do the finished polish, but went ahead and got that done for now. Get some bolts and we'll get it on the wheel, get that wheel back up there and get that wheel mounted so we can put that chain on. So once I start doing that, once I get those bolts and stuff, I'll bring you back for that. Alright, so we gotta go to the store to get these bolts. You're not gonna be able to hear me very well because I don't got my mic working yet. I got a mic in to kind of start doing some motor vlogging, but just wasn't picking up quite right. So as you can see, I stripped the bags and windshield off of it. Just did that just to ride around because it's starting to get a little nicer up here. So anyways, I'll take you for a little scoot over to the store. Probably won't make you guys listen to the whole thing, just because you won't be able to hear me very well. So here we go. Okay, so we've acquired our bolts. I'm gonna head back now, get that rear wheel on.
we're back from the store. I got that sprocket bolted on there. I don't know if that's the bolts I'm gonna end up running the end. It probably isn't. I'll probably get something to match this other side. You know, the star bit, look. It's a little cleaner and smoother. These are a little bulky, but we'll see. That's what we're gonna run there for now, at least. And if I do continue to run these, I may put a washer behind them. Okay, so I just realized I'm definitely gonna have to go back to the store. Now I can get that washer, and I gotta get these adjuster bolts to be able to set this wheel up with that chain. Okay, so welcome back. We are a little bit further in now. We got that sprocket on the back wheel. Went and got our new adjusters, and I may end up having to get a little bit longer eventually. I don't know. I don't really want to because it's already pretty well all the way back. So I may just try to work with what I got because I don't really want to go too much longer. And I'm still kind of trying to decide what to do with the chain. It's a little loose yet, and I could probably take another link out and it would be pretty tight. But my problem is I'm not going to have a lot of room between the fender here and that rear seat bar. So it's just kind of not quite sure yet, because I can always leave it a little loose and run a chain tensioner on it. I may end up doing that. That's what a lot of people do, especially for how long this chain is. It's just kind of stretched out. The back end's just so far back from where the sprocket hooks up to the motor. So may do that. However, ran into another problem. Kind of knew it, but I was hoping I could get around it. And the rear fender sitting on that wheel just doesn't radius right. So I've got it marked out on this one side. I need to mark the other side. I went up an inch for every 2 inches, and we're gonna go along and make a relief cut on both sides evenly, and we'll put it back on the tire and run some kind of strap around the tire to get it snug and fit to the fender to the tire. That way it fits the radius of the tire, hopefully. And from there we'll tack them and then take it off and finish welding them back up, and then I have a little more body work I'll have to do on the fenders before paint and stuff, but hopefully it'll work. I'm really nervous about it, so we'll see how it goes. But I mean, it should be fine. Worst case, messes it up and gotta get another fender. So anyways, wish me luck. All right, so before I dive into this and hopefully don't screw it up, I'm gonna take a little edge off with some whiskey. So if you want to join me, grab your glass and let's take a shot. Let's get started. got both sides cut, and lost a little bit of film. My camera died while I was cutting that second side. Then I explained that I was going to go over to the bike and test fit it and see if I needed to increase these cuts a little more. And I went and did that. I probably could have got away with not doing it, but I think I'm going to do another inch on each side, just because I felt like it was getting forced a little too much, and the right in the middle was bending out, kind of like it bent around the tire, and I think I could have tacked it and been fine, but there was too much tension on it and I didn't like that, and it made the outside right here pop out. So we'll try to go a little deeper first. If that doesn't work, then maybe we'll go along and do in the center of each one of these, because these are 2 inches. Traditionally, I think people do at 1 inch. So we could just try to do that first. I think we'll stick with what I'm doing now and try it again, and if I don't like that, then we'll go back and do about 1 inch cut in each one. So anyways, let's get to it. Okay, so we got them all tacked up on the very edge on both sides. Now I'm going to take this strap off, take this fender over to the bench, and finish welding it, see how it held up. Looks like it's just fine. Very easy, because like I said, there wasn't much stress on it to begin with when I put it up here, which is what I was really hoping for. Yeah, I think that's going to be really good. Alright, so anyways, I'm going to finish welding all this off camera, because even if I speed this process up, it's going to take a long time. I'll come back after that, and then we'll have to see about where we're at in this video. I don't want to run too long. If we can get some other stuff done and fitted, we will, but it's getting down to where these things are going to take a lot longer, so there's going to be a lot less in the videos the more I show of what I'm actually doing. So we'll see. I may skip forward through some processes. It just depends on how it all goes and how fast I get to work on it. So stick around. Okay, so we got both sides all welded up now. I left the bottom 2 cuts on each side just because I want to fit it over the tire first. I believe that part's going to be cut off. That's the extra. I may have to weld one more. Not quite sure yet, but yeah, hopefully I tried to weld it as evenly as possible. Hopefully it held its shape pretty good and it'll still fit over the tire well. We'll just have to wait and see until it cools down, but I think that's all I'm going to do for tonight. I'm going to call it quits. It's getting a little late, and I just, until that cools down and all that, I don't got much more to do, so it's too late to start much more real big projects, so we'll resume tomorrow, and hopefully get this rear fender and stuff mounted up real soon. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and call this video quits. We'll get back to working on that fender here in the next video probably, and move on to some other stuff too. For now, I'm going to show you what we got going on with the lathe. So I told you before we only had that 4-jaw chuck. I ordered a 3-jaw chuck to go on it, and it needed this backing plate because this one doesn't screw on. So I had to order the correct backing plate to screw on. It'll just go right on there, so I can still change back and forth between the 3-jaw and 4-jaw chuck. However, even this piece that I got, I'm going to have to put it in the lathe and lathe it down a little bit on this outer rim because it doesn't fit inside the chuck like it's supposed to. I'm not sure why. It's supposed to work with this chuck, I believe. But yeah, so we got that to do. I may do that off video, or I may do that at the beginning of the next video, but we'll see. That's what we got to do next. I'm hoping that I can just kind of take a little bit off and it'll fit right in there. It's hard to tell putting it up against each other just how far or how much bigger it is, how much I'll have to take off, but anyways, for now, like I said, call it quits. I do got the fender kind of mocked up with the sissy bar and everything on there right now, so I think it's going to turn out pretty good. We'll have to get to cleaning this fender up too, especially the back side and such, and along these edges. I'll do that here soon too before we move on to too much more. But until next week, thanks for tuning in and hope you enjoy the video.